Hi guys, Scott Berry here. In this video, we're going to go over how to assign some of the controllers that are on board the Jupiter-Xm. So over here on the left, we have the slider 1, slider 2, S1, S2, and S3 buttons. These can be assigned to different parameters. We can assign the sliders for expression or volume control, cutoff amount. S1, S2, and S3 are on and off. Now these can be set to either latch or momentary. Latch would be you turn it on, it stays lit. Momentary, the action's just going to happen when you hit the button. So there's no need for it to be on. Like tone up, for instance, or tone down. It doesn't need to be in a latch setting. Momentary is perfect. The easiest way to get into the settings for the controllers over here is by holding the shift button. If I hold shift down and move one of the sliders, I instantly go into that part into the menu. Now this is great instead of having to go menu, enter, and start scrolling through it. To just hold shift and then move that controller, I'm instantly in it. So right now the SL1, the slider 1, is set up for part fade. But let's say I wanted to change that to volume. So I can easily go down to CC7 and set that for volume. So that's slider 1. Now I can either cursor down to slider 2, or let's say if I needed to, I can hold shift and move slider 2. Notice how it highlights what's set up for slider 2. Let's say we want to change this to cutoff. So now I've assigned slider 1 to volume and slider 2 to cutoff. Now for the S buttons, if I hold shift and hit S1 button, again, it shows me what it's set up for. So I can easily change the S1 function to, let's say, tone up. Now I can move through my patches just by pushing the button. This can be really, really helpful, especially when you're cruising through the different sounds and just want to get an idea versus grabbing the knob each time. And there's tone up. Okay, slider, and this would be set for momentary. So again, that's just something that we need to hit when we touch. We don't need to have it latch on. Shift, S2, I can do the same thing. I can go tone down. Tone down for S2, and again, we'll assign it for momentary. The S3, I can hold shift or I can just cursor down. For 3, that's a hold function right now, so it's going to act like a sustain. Let's say we want to use it to turn on one of the effects, or use it for start and stop, or tap tempo. We can do any of these things with this button, which is really, really cool. Now, one of the things to keep in mind, here's our delay switch. Cool, now we're all set up. One of the things to keep in mind is that the SL1 and the SL2 sliders are on their own group, so they can be assigned to scene or system. So depending on the setting and things that you're doing, you may just want to assign volume and cutoff for that specific scene. Whereas the S1, S2, and S3 buttons, again, on their own group, can be a system setting or a scene setting. Maybe I want those to be global system settings, so tone up and tone down, I always want those to be there. And that's how you assign the slider 1, slider 2, the S1, S2, and S3 buttons. Again, experiment, try different things, assign them to different parameters, and anything that you need that may work for your scene better or your keyboard. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one.